Hello, Stacy here with Siouxland Magazine. And tonight I have a very special guest. Merritt is joining me with Lila Mae's house. Hi, Merritt, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good. I am so glad to have you here because this is something that needs as much spotlight, as much attention on as possible. This is a topic that's just near and dear to my heart. I'm a junior leaguer, have been for I think like 14 years. And for those of you out there, if you have been reading Siouxland Magazine, which I hope you have, you know that we have had two articles already that went through the junior league, really bringing attention to human trafficking, human sex trafficking. And so today, this is just another piece of that, because certainly, as you have read on in the magazine, Junior League took the position to go out and educate. They're educating all the hotels and motels on what to look for, because that's the number one place where this happens. And they're doing the education to those places to try to help prevent it. But the other side of that is, what do we do once we have found these women, to help them reacclimate into the community and to get the resources that they need. And I'm going to quit babbling, and I'm just going to let Merritt just jump in and really explain the why behind Lila Mae's house, and really let's talk about what you do or what you provide for these women.
Yeah, so Lila Mae's House is a fairly new nonprofit to the area, and we've been working on really getting a solid foundation, and now we're ready to go. So we were incorporated in 2015 by Sister Shirley Finneran. She was a social work professor at Briarcliff for a long time. And then 2017, we had a house donated, and it was named after the matriarch of that family, Lila Mae's House. And after a couple of years of renovations, we are now ready to take women in. So we have space for up to 7 people at a time, which I know doesn't sound like a ton, but it's really intensive trauma recovery that goes on. And so to get everybody the personalized attention they need, we try to keep the numbers fairly small. They can stay with us for up to 2 years at a time, completely free. So they're single occupancy bedrooms, so there's a lot of privacy, nice, clean restrooms. It's a very home-like environment, so it's not institutional. We connect them with outpatient trauma therapists in Sioux City. So we've got some partnerships going on with a couple of therapy offices in town. We also do addiction recovery, a lot of life skills, internal programming, career planning, personal budgeting. Really, the whole idea is that by the time they're done at Lila Mae's, after up to 2 years, they'll be solid and ready to go and be independent once they leave. One of the toughest things when people leave trafficking, because a lot of times those traffickers will have their personal documents, birth certificates, licenses, social security cards, and it's hard to, how do you get a job if you don't have your stuff? How do you rent an apartment? How do you sign up for benefits? So part of what we do with our case management services is help take care of all of those needs. We're working with Iowa Legal Aid as well for any legal needs that might be coming up. So really, we've got a whole holistic approach on how to help these women heal and live independently once they're out of our place.
Yeah, and I imagine, that just the emotional aftermath is huge. The lack of trust of other human beings, needing that personal space. So their rooms, these 7 rooms that you have, these are private rooms. They have a lot of privacy. Can you elaborate maybe a little bit more on that, about how you go about so beautifully to make sure that they feel very safe? That's the first thing, right? Is that they feel safe and
Yeah,
then
for sure. Yep. So we've got, like I said, we've got private bedrooms for everybody. They all have a full-sized bed in them. And so when we talk about donations too, we take brand new linens, like full-size sheets and comforters. We want to make sure that everybody's getting new things. And so when it comes to bedding, towels, those kinds of things, we do want them to be new. Yeah, we've got a heck of a security system set up, cameras, secure access. That way we can make sure that we know what's going on just for physical safety. We have cameras inside the house too, but they don't shine into anybody's bedrooms or bathrooms, so that those private areas are kept private. And then really for the first 30 days, we have an orientation period where if they're going off site, it's with a volunteer or a staff member to make sure that they're feeling safe. We provide all transportation to appointments and things, so they don't have to worry about cab fare or riding in a bus, so really it's meant to be a very individualized process. So we don't rush anybody out. After, let's say, the first 60 to 90 days, if they want to help find a job like part-time, we can help do that, but it's certainly not a requirement until they're ready to go.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And again, that urgency isn't there because of the fact that you provide everything for free, which makes donors so important, right?
Exactly.
So you're funding for all of this. How do you provide this for these women?
Yeah, right now we are 100% privately funded. And so that means that we rely on the support of our community and individuals in order to get going to provide these services. And we've had a lot of support just to get the renovations of the house done. And now we have our first person coming to join us on October 5th. So it's exciting news. And we're finally going to be able to provide the services we've been looking to do. But really, we still need help just to meet our operational costs. Staffing, it costs, gosh, what do we figure? Once we're fully up with 7 women and all of our staff, it will cost between $25,000 to $30,000 a month to provide all of the needs for everyone. And so that individual support is incredibly important for us. We are working on some grant writing and everything like that, but we won't qualify for federal grant money until we have a couple of years under our belt of providing services.
Yeah.
So private support right off the bat will be incredibly helpful.
Absolutely. And anything that people can do makes a difference. That's one thing I think that I bring up over and over again when I bring nonprofits on, is sometimes we really think, oh, well, right now things are a little tough. I can't afford to give a big donation. But sometimes, those little donations, I mean, they matter too. Not sometimes, they always matter too, especially when you consider if everybody just gave a little bit. And I love that you even threw out things like if they need comforters or sheets. Now, question that came to my mind when you're bringing that up, what about clothes or anything of that nature? Because I'm guessing that these people have been under someone's control for so long that they don't really have any personal items. So are there other things that you would take?
Yeah, yep, absolutely. We are in need right now of like bathrobes and loungewear like pajamas or sweatshirts and sweatpants, those kinds of clothing. Again, in new or really good shape, because these people are coming from a rough spot, and I think they do deserve to have new things.
Absolutely.
Nice things. So, but yes, absolutely. We partner with Versona, and so they actually donate a number of clothes. So we're set on like interview or like job type clothing. So we don't need that, but we are in need of a lot of loungewear, comfortable wear.
And people could find out more by going to like the website or Facebook page, or what's the best way, I guess, to get connected with you?
Yep. So we are on Facebook at Lila Mays House, and then our website is lilamayshouse.org. So that's LILAMAES.org.
Yeah. And we'll have both those links on here for our viewers too, to make it easy for them to
awesome.
Get to.
Excellent. Yeah. But yeah, we have an updated donor list on there. We also, there's a fundraiser coming up right on October 10th. It's
perfect. I was just going to ask you, I said, so let's segue to the fundraiser.
Yeah, because they're going to have a table set up for donations too, for physical donations. So this is going to be it's Out of the Darkness Glow Run, and they're hosting this for Lila Mays House. The proceeds will benefit us. And it's a 5K fun run, or walk if you're like me.
Yeah, I say.
yeah. So it's they're on Out of the Darkness Glow Run. They have a Facebook page where you can register for the event and sign up your teams and all. And
it's October 10th. We got to throw the date out there, October 10th. So save the date so you've got that on.
Yep. October 10th, and gosh, I think it starts at like 7 or 8. I don't have the note right in front of me, so that's not very good preparing, but that's all right.
And I just had the date. I don't have the time. I'm sorry about that. But we'll put that information. So there's a separate Facebook page for that as well.
Yep.
the register. So
Yes.
we'll add that link on here too. So you've got that. We'll make it easy for you guys.
Wonderful.
Just
Wonderful.
really appreciate everyone's support. Well, anything
Yeah.
else that you want to share with our audience before we wrap up today, Merritt?
Just that probably one of the biggest questions I get is it's out of surprise that sex trafficking even happens in Iowa, because
Mhm.
we are, I mean, we are good people and we're helpful people, but ugly things still happen. And it's just, I like to get the word out there so that we can get help, to get people who are in need, you know, shine a little bit of light on this to help people who need it.
Yeah, absolutely. That was something that was brought to my attention again, circling back around here with Junior League in the education part, was just realizing that, we don't, just like you said, we don't think that this happens in our backyard, and, everybody's pretty kind. They're ready to offer a cup of sugar next door if you need it. But
Right. Right.
the reality is we're also in a location wise, we're in a prime spot because we're, an hour-ish from Sioux Falls, an hour-ish from Omaha, and people don't want to get caught in their own backyard. So they come
Yeah.
to this area to do this, and then they leave. And so
Right.
this is a really hot spot. And it starts with one, shining light on this. We need to educate people, make them aware. We need, to stop, and then we need to get help. And again, this is where Lila May's house really comes into play, is to help then those women, um, and get them, like you said, get them the support they need, the help they need, give them new items. They deserve that. They need our support. So all of you out there, really appreciate you guys tuning in and listening, and anything that you can do to be supportive would be helpful. A lot of times it's just a matter of doing things as simple as sharing this video, because again, right now, the biggest challenge is just getting the word out, and creating awareness around this. And it costs you nothing, and it takes 1 second. Liking their Facebook page so you can follow and see when they have, specific needs, or when they're having a fundraiser. So it's all those little things that really make a huge difference. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in. If you happen to be with a nonprofit or a local small business, and you would also like to join me, just like Merritt did today on one of these spotlights, I would love to have you. All you have to do is go to SiouxlandMagazine.com. My contact information is on the bottom of the page. Just reach out and I will get you scheduled. And I hope you've had a chance to read the latest issue of Siouxland Magazine. It's our 10 under 40. We've got hard copies out there, but we've also got our digital on the website as well. So hope you're reading and enjoying, and as always, taking time for self-care. And, we can't give what we don't have. So remember to take deep breaths and release what doesn't serve you. And, just look out for one another. Make a call when you can to someone who might not have people around them, and they're feeling a little bit more isolated, and let's all just take care of one another. Appreciate all of you. Until next time, have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.